Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, back with you again. I want to review a shoe that is probably the most hyped shoe I've ever had on the channel. It's probably the most hyped shoe I've ever had in my possession, to be honest. It's not mine. I wasn't lucky enough to hit on a pair of these, but big shout out to my cousin D, and actually his wife. Her sneakers account hit for the Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows in a size 12.5, which is my cousin's size. So he's one of the lucky few that got a pair for retail in their own personal size. When he came through town the other day, he hollered at me and asked me if I'd want to get my hands on them to make a review, and I was all about it. So thank you, D. I greatly appreciate it, man. Before we get to the kicks, if this is your first time here, welcome. Bread and butter is pretty new, but we're growing pretty quick. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. But let's look at these Cactus Jack Jordan 1s. Alright, so if you're familiar with the channel, then you know that I'm a big fan of special packaging and just a different box. Not only did we get a color coordinated box to the shoe for this Jordan 1, but we also got this cool, it's like a clear plastic sleeve, but it's got all the branding for, you know, the Fragment lightning bolts, Fragment design, Nike Air, the Jordan Wings logo. It's just got all kinds of branding all over it, but I think it's neat. It looks pretty cool. And then it's got these two little tabs on the side, and you just pull them out, and then that allows you to slide that sleeve off. I love the colors of the shoe, so I love the colors of the box. It's just that military blue. It's the same print that you would see on Jordan 1s, but instead of it being black and red or, you know, whatever, it matches the shoe. And I really like that the Jordan brand has been doing that lately, like with the Paulins. I love that that box matched the shoe, and then, you know, like the 4s, the Lightning 4s, they had like a yellow box. So I like that. I hope we continue to see that, because I love seeing a box and knowing what shoe is in there without having to get up close and look at the tag or open the box. So I don't know, I'm just a big fan of that. But I like his box, looks nice and clean. And then they gave us the pink paper. I think this is a lot like the paper that was in with like the dark mochas. It's just this pink color, and it's got the Cactus Jack smiley face and the Fragment lightning bolts, Nike Air. It's got like the Cactus Jack, like that crisscross design. But it's just pretty cool. Then inside of this, the shoes also had plain white paper around them, but I already took the shoes out for time's sake and because I didn't want the paper blowing around and getting wrinkled up in the wind out here. There on the underside of the box lid, you can see it says swoosh in white, and then there's a stamp and a Nike swoosh on the other side. But then here's what I really wanted to get into. I know there was a lot of hype with these, and at first I wasn't sure if they were, you know, worthy of the hype that they were getting and everything. However, even without the giant collaboration that this is, being Travis Scott and Fragment and a Jordan 1, I just think these colors and the materials used, like if this wasn't a collaboration, it'd still be a huge hit for me. And I mean, obviously it wouldn't have that giant backward swoosh and everything, but I like the military blue color that they gave us on the outsole, and then the leather on the back and the sock liner. And that's also what we have on the Nike Air stitching there at the top of the tags. I love the mashup of that nice bright blue, white sail, and black. I just think I think they knocked this one out of the park. Whoever came up with this color scheme, whether it was actually Travis or somebody, you know, somebody on payroll, these things are just dope. I love them. They came with sail laces already in them, but then they also gave us 3 other options. They gave us a black, pink, and a blue. I don't know what color I would choose, honestly. I don't think you could make a wrong choice. I think any of them are going to look really good in there. But as I mentioned, we've got this military blue outsole. It's a standard Jordan 1 outsole, nothing out of the ordinary there. And then it looks really, really nice up against the sail midsole. And the stitching also matches that sail color. As you come around to the inside of the shoe, you can see that it's got that classic Fragment printing down here. It's like a lot number, and I think it says Travis. Yeah, it says Travis and Hiroshi tooling code. I just think that's neat. And then also on the inner half of the shoe, you've got a standard swoosh. It's just a regular size and a regular shape, and it's not backwards. But then just behind that, there's a real faint Cactus jack, like crisscross. And I think that's neat looking. You can actually feel that, like it's really, really fine puffy paint or something. But I think that's a cool little touch. And then coming around to the front, here for the mud guard, and then going up the eye stays, it's just a nice black leather, and it's smooth, and it's really soft, and it seems like it's really high quality. I like it. Looks good. And I love having a black mud guard and black eye stays up against a white toe box on a Jordan 1 silhouette. It's hard to beat that. You can throw any color on the back, but you give us that toe box and that mud guard like that and the eye stays and forget about it. It's good stuff. Just turned into Donnie Brasco there, excuse me. I like the way the sail looks on this bright white. We've got bright white leather on the mud guard, and you can see those perforations, but then bright white leather on the side panels. And this leather is really soft. You see a lot of ripples on it. I think you'll get a lot of ripples in it, like as you're wearing it, but not in a bad way, in a way that like really good leather does. I just think you'll get nice little waves, and it's just going to be really, really soft. But I like the way the sail looks on the swoosh, and I love that they gave us a different texture for that leather. It's like a tumbled leather or almost even pebbled, but it's a nice sail color. On the edges of that swoosh, it's a pink color, and I love that little hit. I think little touches like that are what make shoes really, really pop, and I just love that. But then coming around the back of the shoe, you've got this military blue color on the base of the heel, and that's where we see some of our differences. The left shoe has Cactus Jack at the top, and then the smiley face just below that embossed in, and the right shoe has the Wings logo in white stitching, and then the Fragment like lightning bolts embossed in. And then another difference is the right shoe has Cactus Jack there at the top of the tag, and the left shoe has Fragment.